All right. Welcome, everyone. So we're actually going Instagram Live and actually on Zoom. So I am Level Up with Katina, and I have one phenomenal. Now he's got some accolades here, people. That not only is he doing amazing things to the present, but some past things that he's going to share with us, and I'm not going to give it away. But welcome to Level Up with Katina, and I am super excited. Excited to announce my guest on this show. Ricky Webster. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. I'm humble.
Absolutely. And so, Rick, tell us, and I'm going to shorten it for Rick. So, Rick, tell us, give the audience a little bit of background about you in general. Like, walk them through your journey.
As far as group is concerned,
We'll start with group, and then we'll move on to what you have in store for everybody to the present, actually.
okay. I am an original founding member of R. Kelly and Public Announcement. Uh, that's about late 89, 90. And we released some songs, toured a lot. And I learned a lot with those guys. And we went on to do some pretty remarkable things. So I always have a difficult time talking about it because I don't know what to say. But
Yeah.
uh, but yeah, I'm an original founding member of R. Kelly and Public Announcement, and I'm proud of it.
So let me ask you this question. What did you enjoy most about it? Like, was it on the road or just, with the guys, just performing? Like, what was some of your best like attributes like you can share with us?
Performing feel less easily. That never it never got old. Even though every concert was a different crowd, it never got old. The gentlemen that were on stage with us, the music director, Keith Henderson, Vern Allison, the vocalist, the band, everybody that was there, even though we were switching cities, it was a continuous learning experience. And what we got from the audience was it was always incredible. So
Wow, absolutely, absolutely. Did you guys do any international? I couldn't remember if you did the international also. Like, did you dive into international at some
we
point?
did.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, can I tell a story about that?
Absolutely.
Okay. So 2 weeks before Born into the 90s was supposed to be released, we were sent overseas. So we're talking Utrecht, Rotterdam, Amsterdam. We went there for 2 weeks and did nothing but tour. We sold arenas, clubs, not even standing room.
Oh, wow.
So uh, one of my fondest memories, we were on stage and the stage was blacked out. There was fog everywhere. And the people were in the room, but they didn't see us get on stage and take position. So I can't remember everybody's exact position, but Rob was in the front and the three of us were behind him, and we were all single file, one behind the other. Literally, the music comes on, the fog is everywhere. There are people screaming so loud we couldn't hear the speakers for the playback.
Oh, wow.
And some of the shows, people were being carried across the stage because they had passed out, kind of like an MJ thing.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
we performed, we did the shows, and we go to our dressing room, we relax a little bit, we leave, we go get on, we're trying to go get on the tour bus, and there are people there wanting autographs. And when I said, "What's your name?" She looked at me and she didn't understand English, but these people were at this concert singing every lyric, but didn't speak English.
Oh,
It was so humbling. So yeah,
oh, wow. That's
that's my
amazing.
fondest memory.
That's amazing. How long did you stay there? Like, what was your stint? Was it like a
Two
week
weeks.
or
Two
two
weeks.
weeks?
2 weeks, yeah. And we went on the Autobahn. That's that's a highway where there's no speed limit.
Wow.
And we were doing about 100 and like a tour bus, and there were people passing us like we weren't even moving. Like there
Wow.
goes nothing, and the bus went like this.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Ferraris, Porsche, that everything. They were flying by. So yeah,
Wow.
but it's beautiful over there. But that Autobahn is not to play.
Wow. So you were there 2 weeks, two
Two
weeks
weeks,
on the tour on
and
the
we had no idea that the album had been released in the States.
yeah.
So when we get back here, the vibe is out, the video is out, people are accepting it, and it's really taking off. And we had no idea because we were over in Europe just working. So it was great.
Then a lot of memories behind that. And so did you guys have any time where you could like do things for yourselves, or was it just like ongoing for the 2 week tour? Like was it just busy, busy, no, time to kind of stop and do things or tour things? Like were you able to do anything on your own?
Yes, but I didn't take advantage of that. I didn't realize that we had it the way that we
Yeah.
did. So by the time we get there, right, and we start touring, it was months of planning that we had no idea that they had already done. So there were posters, there were interviews set up, all this stuff to do, and it was just go, 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 go.
Yeah.
And then where do you want to go? What do you want to do? And I went, nothing, because I had no idea. It was insane.
Right. Right. Wow. Now, after you were done, so you guys came back to the US, like, did you like nonstop come back and have to get on some more tours, or did you have like a little break in between?
Oh no, no. We came from there right here to a stage and started working. There
Wow.
was no take it easy, do what you can, it'll be okay. No, we
Yeah.
came in, went right to work. There was no there was no time to be lazy. It was go, 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 which was great. But at the same token, uh, when there were times to go to sleep, I actually slept.
Can you repeat that? You cut out just a little bit.
When there were times that we could sleep, we actually slept. Like it was long days, long hours.
Wow. So like with the getting into the studios, doing your um practices and things like that. So you're just on the go and then you're shifting to actually um performing. So you really didn't have any time to do anything.
I mean, radio interviews and things like that. And
Right.
every now and again, we get a chance to go to the mall, buy stuff in whatever city. But you're going to a mall as soon as it opens at 10 a.m. Nobody's there.
Right.
So, but that changed drastically because with the popularity, going to the mall became it was fun, but sometimes you got chased out, which is kind of weird. So it was cool.
How'd you get chased out? Like, why were you being chased out?
Again, it's that MJ thing. People noticed him, and it was going.
Like, get out. We need people to buy things. Oh, that's awesome though. Those memories, especially, even solo or with a group, sharing that experience with, your cohorts and stuff like that. It's a journey. And then so with that being said, from the public announcement, and now we're moving into what you have in store with Parable Studios. I just for the audience, I just had a little bit of time to before the interview, speak with Rick on his endeavors. And when I tell you, I was blown away by you guys. The man's amazing. I'm going to let him share with you. I'm not even go there because I don't even know what I'm talking about when it comes to everything that he's doing. But I will say that from, someone well established as you are, you're coming from, and involved public announcement, and now you're into Parable Studios and been doing these things for a long time. It's not like you just, oh, I'm just going to do them. But just to hear like your accolades of like what you do, and I saw some in his visions and some of the things that he can actually do, you guys, you'll be like wowed. I mean, he's amazing. And so I'm gonna let this young man share with you about Parable Studios and what it entails. It's actually interesting. So I'm just gonna let you take it away. It's phenomenal. some of the things that I've seen you do. And I know that's not even some of it.
Well, thank you. That is really, really kind of you, and I appreciate that.
No, thank
I
you.
want to, I want to move a little bit. In the time that toward the end of our touring, I felt an emptiness, and in realizing that it was empty, it wasn't enough parties to go to that filled it. It wasn't enough people I was meeting
Yeah.
to change that. It was a continued emptiness, and that carried on into the split with the group. And we stayed a group and we did music and we put things together. But when we finally disbanded, I wanted nothing more to do with the industry. And in that, I spent a lot of time alone. So dealing with depression and just not feeling good about me or what I thought I should have accomplished
Yeah.
and did not.
Yeah.
I literally just, yeah, that's where it is, depression. So that happened.
Okay.
And then I got phone calls from from Mello, part of Public Announcement Now, and he kept encouraging me, kept saying, "It's okay, come on, I've got something," and I just didn't want to do it, but I finally did, and I'm blessed that he wouldn't stop being persistent, and we worked on music and we put some time in,
Okay.
and Dre came in and we worked on some more music and put some time in. And the entire time I'm feeling this emptiness, I'm feeling this loneliness. And I knew that it's normal, but it's not normal. So I literally realized that there were some things that needed to change. And I know that it was only possible through Christ. And as I'm getting the encouragement from them, I'm getting influences. And Parable was still coming about, but my mentors in film, my mentors in sound, my mentors that I've been blessed to be surrounded about, they pulled me from where I was,
Wow.
and God blessed me to start developing some things to say, you can do this, you should be doing this.
Yeah.
And the name parable is biblical. Jesus spoke in parables.
Okay.
And it was one of those things where he said what he meant. But if you were looking for the hype, he didn't give you that. So you'd get bored and you'd leave.
Yeah.
But the word was right there. So the men and women that have been pouring into me since then, that have helped me on my walk, um, Parable is about that. It started out as a faith-based escape room that I'm very excited to say that it's meant to help people. It's meant to help people and bring them closer to Christ so they can have their own walk. I understand that everybody doesn't want to go to church because of the different things that we deal with that.
Right.
But Parable is a way to introduce you to Christ and give you an understanding about what's most important so that in your walk,
Yeah.
you can know him for yourself because they talk about that all the time about knowing Christ for yourself.
Right.
So it's also a studio that we film artists, well-known artists as well as independent.
Okay.
Independent artists don't have a stage to stand on and sing and produce and write.
Absolutely.
Before you even get to the area of being known, or should I say famous, there's some work that we always talk about you have to put in order for that to happen. So Parable is dedicated to helping dedicated artists put that work in. Um, Now with the terminology of people calling you Unc, you know, it I take it as a badge of honor because all my mentors, that's basically what they are. They're my uncles. Because everything that I did wrong, everything that I was doing that wasn't exactly what I needed to be, they never yelled. They just said, "Hey, have you thought about this? Hey, try it this way." And they did it with kindness. They did it
Yeah.
with God's tender mercies. So
Wow.
I've been blessed to adopt that same thing, and I want to invoke that upon people. I want people to understand that whether you come to the escape room and learn more about Christ, or you come to film something, it's an atmosphere and it's purposeful because there's a right way and there's a wrong way. And we don't have to point out what either is, but
Right.
just give people the best of what they need so that way they can produce everything that's needed so that we're cohesive, you know. And then there's Ali Rashad, there's Keith Henderson, there's Elliot Light, there's a gentleman named Titus Kep, there's a gentleman Devontae Riley, and then there's you. I've been blessed to be around some truly anointed people
Thank you.
that love God, love people, and all they want to do. It's one thing to bear carrying that cross, but you all have a direction in where that cross is supposed to go. So the fact that I'm being able to be made a part of it is really exciting for me because it helps me understand that I'm not alone, and all I want to do is reach people so that they can know that they're not alone.
Wow, man, that's a powerful statements right there. And the thing about it, Rick, and then we talked about this for a long time. A lot of times, people, I'm not saying that they're in it for a reason or a season, but like you said, number one, we'll go back to the independent artist stage, as a label company. You look at, and I think you said the words perfectly, putting in the work. Not everybody is unintentionally not putting in the work, but a lot of them don't have the resources to do it. And the reason I'm
Mhm.
saying this is because you gave how do I say this? You're giving something to, like you said, not only celebrity artists, but independent artists that doesn't have the go-to. Like how many artists do you know independent that can say, "Oh, man, I'm trying to, I got a studio right here and I can just go and, they're humbled and they're trustworthy and I know they're not going to do certain things." How
Mhm.
many independent artists can you say can say that? Not too many. And so by you just giving like your heart, your studio, even some of the things we talked about, I'm still like, what? Because you didn't have to do that. And like you said, God is the avenue. You put your faith first, family second, and you keep moving. But for you to give people that avenue, why wouldn't anyone not want to reach that? And that's what my mindset is. We see the studios and they, oh, you got to do this and you got to do this, but you're open to no matter what it is. So
Mhm.
with that being said, tell the audience, what exactly do you do? Because what you share with me is like what, like actually tell them like a little bit about your studio and what you actually do and where you're located actually.
Okay. Well, again, thank you.
You're
You
welcome.
said that I don't have to do it, but I do. I actually have to do it.
Wow.
It is. It's called service. My parents are no longer. One of my mentors in sound, Olivier, is no longer here, but they gave me the tools. Andrew Griffin, they gave me the tools to succeed, but the basis of it is helping people. I realize from a standpoint that being selfish, which I have done, it slows down the process that I can make. But when I actually give, it perpetuates a fullness in here, but it also shows other people that whatever it is you've done, you can be forgiven. Whatever it is you're doing, you can be forgiven. But all of these people, whatever it is they saw in me, they allowed me to still be who I am. And let's just say 95% of it was wrong. 95% of it was wrong.
Yeah.
But they waited for that percentile to change each time. And as this walk, this faith as a Christian, it's consistent. It's not just, I got this right, now we're done. No, it's consistently working at doing what we should be doing. So when you say I don't have to, I do have to because
Wow.
somebody did it for me. So many people did it for me. So this is a part of that. Our first manager and the company that they had was called Black Bear Production. And the woman that managed us, her name is Monica. She didn't turn away when things went bad. She didn't
Wow.
make us feel bad when things didn't go like they knew it should have. We
Yeah.
should have went right, and we oh no, we said it over there and we went left. They didn't change. They didn't alter. And in parable, um, that's the same mentality. You know, I got to give back to
Yeah.
those that are serious. What I won't tolerate is nonsense.
Absolutely.
You can't come in with arrogance and tell me how you're going to do this because if that was working, we wouldn't be talking.
Absolutely.
So if you come in and there's a certain something you're looking for, then let's cultivate that. But because of my experience, Parable is offering Mr. Elliott Light. He's my director of photography, director of videography, and he is a presence to be
Yeah.
reckoned with. This cat, before they came out with this Photoshop and digital this, digital that, he shot everything
Oh, wow.
natural like it was supposed to. So the McDonald's commercials that were hot in the 80s, the Hennessy commercials that were hot in the
Yes.
80s, that's his work,
What?
live and billboards. So
Really?
yeah, I meet him and I'm like, tell me what you need me to do. Doesn't matter, you know? Um, so from literally filming television, videos, podcasts, I mean, even this kind of stuff,
Yeah.
these setups, this is not by accident. This man is the spearhead. He knows, and I'm going, where you need me, coach, put me in. You know, there's a gentleman by the name of Quiet as Kept. There's also a recording studio here. He's really well known overseas, but he lives here. And he is my head of production for audio um, here. So whether it's jingles or ambient sounds or whatever it is that deals with that, recording engineer, he's that guy.
Oh,
Devontae Riley, he is he's a beast. Full production. He plays, he sings, he's got music out. And yeah, the name sounds familiar because it is the nephew of Teddy Riley. He reached out to me and was nice enough to talk to me. Why would I not talk back? Why would I not give and say whatever you want me to do? Mr. Andrew Griffin, he's management. He's somebody that everybody needs to know in any walk of life with entertainment that you want to have something done. You know, all these people,
yeah.
they're steadfast. They don't they don't falter. It's not a rainy day and they go, all right, we can't do it today. They
Absolutely.
figure out a way to
That's
get it
right.
done.
You figure out a way.
Yeah, and it's without stress. It's one of those things where it's a joy to do it, and they make work easy. Parable is located 13811 Southwestern Avenue in Blue Island, Illinois, just outside of Chicago. Enough, far enough away where you can open the door and hear the sound of the environment.
Yeah.
You know, from birds chirping. The woman that owns this location, it's called upscale. I'm sorry, it's called the Up House, and that's the affectionate term for it. But it is a facility that is dedicated to helping women that aged out of foster care.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they've got a 2 year program. She has been diligent before she got this 1 million acre property. million square feet. And she is a soldier. She's diligent about these young women and about helping. And when I met her, I God told me, do what you need to do.
Wow.
Do what she needs. So I'm here with her, and they've got a banquet hall. They have a theater, where you can do plays in this banquet hall. You can do events. There's a cathedral here. It
Yeah.
used to be a Catholic school, and she is transforming this place into something beautiful where the women that come here can be helped
Wow.
with all of their things. So
That's amazing.
that inspiration is constantly I'm able to see it, So
Yeah.
she's been nice enough to allow me to be here and to do work here. So we've got a lot of giving to do,
A
a
lot
lot of
of.
work to do. So whether it's writing, engineering, studying, filming, I mean everything you would get from any of your major networks when it comes to film, TV, videos, we encompass that.
Yeah.
We can take you from the ground up and fully develop your product, your intentions. But it's all being led by God. So,
Absolutely, every step of the way. And before I'm going to piggyback off of you for a minute, but I'm going to give, and I'm not going to say this enough. I'm going to give a huge shout out to a young man that's on this live with us right now, the R&B talk show, Rashad Ali. And he actually said, big shout out to you and I'm going to tell you why. It's kind of like what you said with the young lady that you've partnered with. Sometimes in life, God connects you with people that
mhm.
that you can work with, that you can trust, that, if your heart is right and if you feel it, you're going to know it. And so I met Rashad through like what we're doing. Sometimes you study people for a minute and he does the same just like you would. And he connected you and I. So, I'm very humble for that. But this young man, he's on a path like you and I. And like you said, there's only a handful of people that I would say I would even want to even, scratch my head and say, I may want to work with, let's see what happens. But you and this young man, sky's the limit. When you put like your whole life into something and you know that you got a handful of people that you want to actually help you with this because
Mhm.
anybody else, you just don't know. But I want to give a shout out to him because all the work that he's doing, anything that he's doing and will continue to do and connecting you and I just want to give
Yeah,
him a shout out. He's unbelievable. So shout out to Rashad Ali. He's on here. And I
yeah.
just
Let
want to
me
know how
add
I
to that
feel
about him.
you. Huh?
Let me add to that about him.
Yeah.
He's a problem. Um,
Forced to be reckoned with.
is it okay if I talk about future stuff?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
All right. So, I'm on the phone with him and we're talking, and he's blessing me with ideas about things that he wants to do. And the problem is, I'm used to being around people that think big, but we don't actually move on it.
Thank you.
He he told me about an idea for a concert, and he said God told him to do the concert over here, and I went, I didn't know Jesus was dealing with concerts. I thought he was just, blessing people. So he tells me, no, God told him to do the concert over here. I'm like, gotcha, buddy, sure, whatever you say. And as he's talking to me about it, I'm hearing the development. And it started to be really, really humbling because he's being very specific about where this is going to happen, what's going to
Yeah.
happen, the people that he wants to bring in. He didn't say, I'm hoping. He didn't say, I'm thinking. I want this, I want this, I want this. And I've seen this, and I want to get this, and I want to do this. And I'm on the other line with phone muted. I'm knocking stuff over because as he's telling me this, it's really starting to bother me that this really has to come to pass. And
Absolutely.
it's like a conversation I had with you, and you're like, I'm doing this, I got this, and I want to do this. And you said to me, I'm going to send you an invite to collab on this. However, when you do this, something's going to change. Your people are going to see it. My people are going to see it. And I went, on the inside. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sure, people are going to see it. It's whatever it is. And I accept it. I rest that night. I wake up the next day. I see a number that I see a number of views. And I'm like, so I text you, hey. So the problem that the both of you are creating is that I don't mind being outnumbered, and I am prejudiced. I don't mind being outnumbered with two light-skinned people versus one. I don't mind that. That
Rashad.
doesn't bother me. The problem is the accuracy and both of you being right. And it's so right. My biggest problem would be is that we don't live in the same city. If we lived in the same city, I could come over and be outside of your home with picket signs saying, no, not yet. No, not yet. You're moving too much. It's not. I just want to say that when you have people that it's not that you just believe in what you do, but you actually put action behind it. You call, you text, hey, I'm doing this. Let's go. When I press send, it's done. Whereas most people are like, I wonder how much vegetables are for we get sidetracked. So I can say that the diligence that the
Yeah.
both of you have, the determination, the obedience, it deserves props. And I'm
Thank you.
very
Thank you
humble
for
to be a
that.
part of it.
Thank you.
The people that are watching, in being serious, I urge you to treat one another like it's your last day.
Absolutely. Wow.
Tell people that they're beautiful. Let them know you love them. Let them know you admire them. If you want somebody to mentor you, allow them to know it, and you keep allowing them to know so that they can see that you're serious. So that way, that they take you on, so you can get on that path where you want to go.
Absolutely.
Um,
Wow.
Rashad Ali, this lady I'm doing the interview with, when I tell you they are forces to be reckoned with, yet they are humble, but they know their stuff, man. And when you talk about a network that's growing, a net worth that is growing, they're the way to go. They are the way to go. And in my understanding now, I love singing. I love performing. I also love DJing. I love engineering, live and in studio. But I realize that when God sends you people, even if you can do all of it, you can't do all of it at once. So
Right. Absolutely.
if you're going to be on stage singing and I'm out in the house engineering, it's covered. If Rashad is going to film in Chicago, he doesn't have to worry about if the lighting is going to be all right. He doesn't have to worry about a home to come to. You all don't have to worry about that because we take the best of everything that we have and we put it together. And I just believe it's really important for those of you that are really serious about this. If you can find your mentor, if you can connect with these people, 200% do it because they don't play and you don't have to worry about nonsense. So thank you all both and blessings.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Oh, man. And, I can't speak for Rashad. He's on here, but, I am going to say, I know we both salute you. When you talked about, and I'm going to go back a little bit from when you talked about public announcement to now, when you got into, you set the stage of just, like depression, not that you like, "Ugh, I'm just going to give it up and just forget it.
Oh no, I did. That's exactly what it
That's
is.
exactly what you did.
Yeah.
So that being said, people don't understand. And when you said be kind to people, whatever it may be, if you don't find like a Rashad or like a Ricky or like someone on those days, all people are looking for is somebody to, number one, to trust, know that at the end of the day, you're going to have their back. Even like you said, on a rainy day, if it's still raining, we're going to get out and get it done, right? It's
Mhm.
not going to be, well, let's go and barbecue in the house and we'll worry about that next week. But, you and I and Rashad, I know we're on the same path, and you're just talking with him. Me and Rashad talk. Oh my God, we talk all the time. It's kind of like, hey, Katina, you're doing this, but he's a when I say he's a force to be reckoned with, but someone that's been in this industry just like you. Now, I'm going to give you your props because here's what you don't know. Although you fell into that part of where you were, you still can't forget where you've been, where you come from, and where you're going. Because, like for me, and thank you for the accolades for both of us, but me seeing in you what you're doing, and I'm just going to share this with our fans. Make sure you connect with this man because he's been there, he's done that, he's been all around the world. And not only that, he's moving forward into a path that, like me and Rashawn, is moving, and we're not going to turn back. And so I want to give you your accolades because you didn't give up on it. You didn't give up on it. And there's more better self worth that you have. And man, when I tell you, like, he hasn't even shared with you guys all the stuff that he does. I've seen what he does, and I'm still floored. I'm like, he still hasn't shared all of it, but if you have the chance to connect with him, to build with him, independent artist, established artist, he's on a path of a force to be reckoned with as well. So I highly recommend for you guys to join forces with him as well. He's got some amazing things. He knows his stuff. And actually, the video, not just one video, but you were telling me about the videos, and that's going to happen. Trust me, I am going to make it to where it can be done. So I just want to say, I'm proud of you as well. You've established something that a lot of people haven't as well. Regardless of where you've been and what you're doing now. So you should give yourself a
Thank
whole
you.
lot of
Thank
gratitude
you.
as well.
I really appreciate that, but I'd like to touch on something briefly. I spoke about depression, and I'm going to continue to do it because we're not, we're too proud
Yeah,
to talk about illnesses, seen and unseen. Somebody can have a stroke, but those are things that can be remedied, and you can see it, and you can be submissive to them. You can humble yourselves to them
yeah,
because you see it. But when it comes to somebody's mental stability, it's what comes out of our mouths that
absolutely.
makes things difficult or hard or worse because we're not really looking beyond all the things that we could be focused on. So I just want to say that we need to normalize conversations about mental health. We need to normalize conversations about a percentile. Um, I can't remember who did it, but someone spoke about when they go to a significant other, the first thing they say, even before high
Mhm.
or after high, immediately is they give a percentile between 0 to 100. 100 means I'm absolutely fine. I'm joyful.
Yeah,
We can get into it, whatever you want to do. But the less it is, the more severe it is and how I feel at that moment. So instead of saying I'm depressed or mad, you just say I'm at 30%. So now you know there's a certain continence that
yeah,
they have, and there's a way you should treat them.
absolutely.
And I believe that we should make that normal. I believe we should bring that into everything that we do when we talk to people. We should know that, hey, I'm at 70. 70 is better than 5. It's not as good as 100, but how often can you really be at 100?
Yeah,
When you're behind a camera, you have to appear to be at 100. But in all reality, we just need, I mean, it's important to me to advocate for us talking to each other and about those things that matter so that
absolutely.
we actually start taking care of one another. And the generational wealth, the wealth of generational wealth that we talk about, most people think it's financial, but it's really mental. It's really spiritual. The financial can come when you're around the right people, but those people won't bother with you if they don't see that you have it together up here. So I just want to
100%.
advocate for that and say that, you know, behind the camera, away from the camera, behind closed doors, um, everybody I mentioned,
Yeah,
they're all on a humble same page. And they now have me in a position that, the depression isn't like it was. Sure, I get depressed. Okay, I got a bill to pay, or, I got to figure out how to make this program work. That happens, but the not wanting to be part of the industry, I no longer feel that way. I believe wholeheartedly that you guys have been sent for some reasons, and I want to work at all of those reasons to be blessings to everybody else.
Wow. Powerful words, powerful words. And gosh, man, it's like you're bringing up things that actually, and I'm gonna keep picking back to Rashad because we actually did. I want to say it was almost an hour and a half, 2 hour talk show. I'm actually a mental health provider by trade. I see over 30 clients a week, and it's in any depression, Alzheimer's, all anything. And when you talk about depression, it's real. And for you to bring that in everything you do, a lot of people don't do that. They want to hide it. Back in the day, and I'm just being honest, they'll say, we were never told to talk about it. You got to be a man. You can't talk about it. That means that you're weak if you don't talk about it. And what people don't understand is that when you enclose and embody all that depression, anxiety, or whatever it is, you break. You're going to eventually break. How you're going to break, we don't know. But at the same time, speaking about it, talking about it, in everything you do is a key. You don't know what the next person is going through each day.
Mhm.
You could say, Katina, well, you look happy today. But am I 70% or am I 30%? Nobody knows unless I tell you I'm 30%. And so you have to talk about it because when you're dealing with people and they're at a 30% and you're, oh man, what's happening? Why are you doing this? All right. They don't understand here, what you're thinking and what they're pushing the values of who you are as a person and like how you're feeling. And a lot of people don't understand that. So you got to handle, I don't care, you'll never be 100%, nobody's perfect. But I don't care if you're 90% at any point, you still got to treat people with respect, no matter how they look on the outside, but you don't know what it is in the inside. And so I think Rashad was speaking about doing some shows on mental health and wellness. And I'm actually a doctoral student anyway, so I do them anyway for some
Mm.
of my podcasts. So, it's very important. And for you, to be on a platform and share that, and let that be part of not only just you as far as mental health, but what you're doing and speaking about it is huge and continue to do that. Actually, I know you will, but just continue to do that. It's not in a lifetime where people just want to put things out there because they're scared of like, what are people going to think? I was, in public announcement, but I don't want to talk about that. I had depression. A lot of people hold that in and you know what? They either they're irritable, angry, I don't know what they're mad about, but they're holding it in. So why not talk about it? But some people just won't. But I give you
But our goal for that is so that we do. I don't want to the saying that the grass is greener on the other side.
accolades.
I don't know how true it is or isn't, but what I do know is that if I start telling you about the grass that I'm growing, the color, the shade of green that I want it to grow to, the length I want to get it to, the kind of sun I want to, the kind of exposure I want it to get, because there's exposure from the sun and the elements, which are natural, but then there's also something I can put over it that will help it grow.
Absolutely.
So it's the same thing we have to do, or I have to do, and invest in people. Not just my family, but I want to invest in people that I don't know. When I go to a grocery store
Yeah.
and I say hello to the person who's working hard, who I don't know their mental state. I don't know if they're just there and it's their last time and they're going to go home and do something to themselves or they want to do something to the grocery store. I'm compelled to say hello. Sometimes that hello is all they needed.
Yeah.
That smile is all they needed. And if I don't do that, then that's one more thing that I didn't do right. And
Well,
it's about serving. Again,
um,
I didn't see somebody on the street and give them a bunch of money.
yeah.
I said hello to somebody. I treated them like a human. I treated them with respect. And it's not because, I'm trying to get brownie points on it. I'm just serving. And I know people. personally that do not like the word obedient.
Obedient.
I enjoy saying it. Doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah.
I enjoy being obedient. I know
Yeah.
my place. And because of it, I believe that's the reason why the anointings are in such an abundance for me. You know, I give away something and then I get something else four times the amount. And I'm like, but I just did that. I just gave that away. But I realized that when it's being given to me, I'm a vessel that I know somebody else is going to need it. So I need to be able to distribute it to people.
Yeah. Wow.
And this is that way with preaching, but not preaching, teaching. You know, it's about being around the right people all the time so you can go around the wrong people and brag to them at how the right people did this and hey, come on over here with me and it's going to be okay. And it's reaching one person at a time. You know, pastors can reach people all at once. Like my pastor, Jerome Cook at New Life Alive, he can reach a bunch of people at one time. He can simulcast and do all these things, but how many people are actually active and saying, "Oh, I get it," but that group of people that came out to have a good time, Parable Studios, escape room, faith based. Man, let's go see what it's about. But
Yeah.
then that portion of my life, God has anointed me to take my touring life, what I do as a sound engineer in Chicago, what I do as a DJ, what I do as a vocalist. He's allowing me to take all those things and teach his word when you come in this room. So you walk into a room, and if the room shakes, it's because he anointed me to use technology to make the room shake.
Yeah.
When a
Absolutely.
certain song comes on,
Yeah.
when you see something pop up, it's one of those things where you know people can be and I don't have another way to put it. Somebody gets drugged and they didn't realize they got drugged until it's 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. They go, "Oh, now I feel better. I wonder what that was." That's the same effect I want this to have on people. I expect you to come with doubts. But when you come with that doubt, what I'm looking to do is give you
Yeah.
biblical understanding. And I want you to wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and go, wait, that was about God. Gotcha. You
Gotcha.
know, no, nobody's pushing to advocate for Christ.
Yeah.
Nobody's pushing to talk about how wonderful he is. And in teaching about it, I realize that he's given me this understanding, you know, and I want to partner with some people that know way more about the Bible. So just like an escape room that change it, I want to be able to change it and it stay true to the Bible. You know, I want it to be able to stay true and give you a slick saying, give you a slick understanding. You know, if you think that this means a lot to you because you're chasing something in the world, he'll give me something that I can compare that to in the
Right.
Bible and you can see it and go, oh, that's why that's wrong.
Yeah.
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 So, yeah, but it's people like you all that inspire me and
Oh, we
make
appreciate
me better
it.
for doing it. You make me better by wanting to stay with it, you know. My wife told me something that really, really crushed me. She said, "You're the reason why you will or won't succeed." And I said,
100%.
and I had to think about it. That's all she said.
100%.
And I started thinking about things about why I would accept something or wouldn't accept something,
Yeah.
whether it was fear or doubt.
Right.
Oh, he's with him. How come he don't have a car? Where's his big 40-acre mansion? Where his the and she was so right. Like all of that really made me not pursue certain things. It really made me be afraid and only go so far. But now it's made me connect with everybody that I didn't connect with before. Everybody that thought
Yeah.
something different or treated a certain way. And now I'm compelled to connect with you all. Now I'm compelled to help move this cross
Yeah.
and help everybody. So
Wow. So I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna share this, and I think this is the one that got me out of everything. So I know you and Rashad got some future endeavors going on, and you can talk about that. I don't know how much Rashad want you to talk about it, but it's up to you.
Yeah.
And then what we got going on in the future. But I'm gonna say what really brought it home to me, or what you said, and what you said your wife just said. So it's two parts to this. So what she said was only you can decide your fate. I'm just going to put it that way. Everybody else is a vessel around us, right?
Mhm.
Like you said. And when we spoke, I mean, we spoke for a long time, you guys, to the audience, and things hit home in a different manner. So what this young man said was, at first, I was like, I may talk to this person or I may not, whether it's being closed off or just, I don't know what it was. But what you said to me was, moving forward, I will not, did you say not or never, ever be in a situation to where you're not going to not connect with anyone because you don't know where that connection will lead you. Not that you're looking and, searching and grabbing for straws, to the next big thing. You've already been there. You've been in this industry. You know what it is. But what you said that hit home was, I will never not open myself up to anybody to actually know, like, the next person could be someone to just take me to the next level. And with that being said, just even just in the scope of the realm, like when you go to certain things, when you I'm just going to use myself. So I'm a person that I'm humble. I don't care. I do things because I love it. I do multiple things because I love it. It's not because, oh my God, she wants to, yeah, I don't care about any of that because you know what? The 25 years that I built, I know who I am. So that doesn't bother me. I got it. I've been there. No one can take it away from me. But what you said was, when I go out there, I'm not going to allow myself not to connect with anybody. But with that being said, like like for instance, when you support people, and you try to do the right things and you got all this other, negative stuff coming in, at the end of the day, long as I know in my heart that I did the right thing, and it goes back to what your wife said, what you think and what you do, that's on you how you perceive it, because not everybody in this world, are here for the right reasons or not. So don't get me wrong, nobody's perfect. You can't change everybody. But as long as I know you and I are Rashad, like we're doing this for the right reasons, and we're supporting people and we're doing the best that we can do for people. At the end of the day, what that's all that matters. At the end of the day, I can wake up tomorrow and say, you know what? I gave my all, I supported people, the way I needed to, and that's that.
Hmm.
You okay?
Well, no,
Oh.
God gave me a wonderful family. I've not had to want or beg for anything. Before this music stuff, and even after, my wife has been, she's literally been everything. But my mentors would say to me things about the people that I would counsel them about, and they'd say stuff like, that person is afraid of success, or that person only wants to go so far. You offered them something that they weren't ready for. You offered them too much. And because you offered it to them, they had to take it away.
Yeah,
And for years, I thought I was doing something wrong
yeah,
when I would offer my friends everything I had when it came to music and sound and lighting. And tell me what you want me to do. Tell me how you want me to do it. And I realized that, they were saying no and that it wouldn't work at that point. I didn't understand it. I just kept saying, here, take it, here, take it, here, take it, here, take it.
yeah,
So as you were talking to me, I realized the people that are no longer here, they
They
saw
saw
me
me,
working, and
and
as
as
they
they
mentored me and helped me, they knew that today was coming. And
and
while I
why
miss them, I'm reminded of how much work we have to do and how many people don't care
That's right.
and how it's so important, but how important it is for them to see what they can consider weakness, which is what I'm doing right now, but
But
that
that
it's
is
not. We don't have people
displaying
displaying kindness, being moved by the spirit, being obedient, and helping one another. We don't have enough people doing that. So that's why in my sermon, I realized that I can't not say something. I can't not be a part of whatever it is he has me doing. You know, when I pray, I ask to be led. I don't say specifically, make sure that this person does or this person doesn't. Just
Yeah.
lead me, show me whoever it is, however it is, so that I can be impactful, so I can make a difference that day, so I can be obedient, so that you get the glory. So my my love for my family, my love for people that I'm being blessed to work with, my love for the people that I neglected to work with. Biblically, it says, make a joyful noise. I have to make sure that I'm open to
to receive.
receive other people, to help them in their goals. And there's a playbook, there's a rule book that you've shown me. And as long as they're willing to follow that rule book, nobody
Nobody
gets
gets
hurt. Nobody feels
absolutely.
slighted. Nobody feels less than.
Um,
Um, a
a
really
really
good
good.
friend of mine, he
He
said
said,
to me, and
and
this
this was
wasn't an analogy. He
he
said,
said,
there's enough grass out here to cut for everybody
everybody.
to get paid.
That's right.
And
And
when he said it, he was literally talking about lawn care because I enjoy watching my grass grow. I enjoy cutting it. I enjoy helping other people and doing theirs.
yeah,
But I never thought I'd get to a mentality, not an age, just a mentality where I enjoy watching grass grow. I enjoy cultivating it.
yeah,
And I look at our culture and how to cultivate it, how to inspire, how to intrigue, how to engage, how to understand, and to allow us to have generational wealth spiritually that will lead to the financial, that will lead you to the obedience. So knowing your background, meaning
meaning
you, knowing Rashad's and everyone else that I named, I'm mm, I'm inspired to go.
go.
It's
It's
not
not
hard. It's just lonely because until you find other people that are like-minded, you're going through a sea of people
That's
that
right.
need help. So
Right.
how do you help them if you have nothing? How do you help them if you don't have support? And I see that God is sending me support in the most wonderful ways. So
Mm,
there's a time when we should be laughing. There's a
yeah,
time we should be praising and praying. There's a time we should be entertaining. And I don't see why we
we
cannot
cannot.
encompass all those things because he wouldn't have given us those gifts
That's right.
if he didn't want us to use them. If he didn't want us to have, I don't believe he would have given us the gift.
That's right.
So
That's right.
This is
Wow.
about sharing those gifts and being obedient with it. And I thank you guys for the opportunity to do just that.
And same here. I mean, you're a mentor for, for me, and I'm sure Rashad, like we said, we all have different attributes, and we learn from one another, and that connection, like you said, is real. If you're humble to the fact and everything you just said, and you're moving in that direction, then anything else to me is, I hate to say this, but irrelevant because I know where I want to move and where I want to go in life. And it's not, another direction. It's only moving, to working with other people and continue to work together in that direction. So with
Mhm.
that being said, you have some things coming up, some different agendas. I'm gonna let you share that, like some of your upcoming things that you have coming out and things that you're going to be doing in the future.
What exactly do you mean?
So you
Because you're
have
starting to talk like light skinned people. So what does that mean? Be
Rashad.
direct.
I don't. What did see? We're gonna have to get him after this show. So you have future endeavors. So number one, you have an event coming up with Rashad. You're doing some stuff with him. Um,
Mm.
Also, you're pairing up with me. You're partnering with me. We're getting ready to world. You guys don't understand what's going to happen. I'm just telling you
That's a problem.
that that's going to be a problem.
So
So
you want me to talk about that?
absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. I'm gonna start with you. I don't know how many of the people that are on here or that know you have actually met you, but we're on the phone. For those of you that don't know, we're on the phone. Now, before we met, we were texting and we were supposed to get together to literally talk about
Thanks to
a
Rashad.
time that we were, huh?
Thanks to Rashad.
Thanks to Rashad. Well, I don't know if I should be thanking him or not because it's a problem. So we were trying to figure out when we could talk so we could talk about setting a date for today,
Right.
not knowing it would be this soon, but we were going to figure out a date. So we finally talked, and she says, "Oh, thank you so much." I said, "No, no, thank you. I appreciate it." And she says, "Well," and you say, "Well, when is it convenient for you?" And I say, in my I got it like that voice. Oh no, whenever you're ready, just let me know. Just I'll set up some things and we'll be good. And you say, "All right, so Sunday works." Now, I'm thinking most people that do stuff like this, it's going to be weeks away. She meant tomorrow. And I was like, oh Jesus. Um, I have to get my hair done. I don't have the right clothes. I gotta go shopping. The the amount of knowledge that you have, humility and kindness,
Oh,
it's it's a good bad problem. And you're very, very quick. You don't you don't wait. If the word yes or okay comes out, you're like, we go. I'm like, and I'm used to it, but I'm not this used to it. So there's this really elegant, luxurious cruise that she's working on. And she says, "Hey, want to collaborate?" Now I'm seeing this in a message, starting to press send. Okay, yeah, I got it. I know what to do. And, the prompts are telling me if I do this, it's going to be this way. And just whatever it's going to be. And then she sent me a text, "Hey, in case you do that, this is going to happen." I said, "Yeah, it's already done. We're good. I got you." And I wake up the next day and it's over 57,000 people have viewed it. I might know close to 57 people. I'm pretty sure half of them ain't paid attention to this. So it's a bunch of people I don't know.
Oh my
Now,
God.
I'm not claiming to be an actor or the bestest in a bunch of stuff, but I know my stuff and I know that I'm diligent about being obedient
Yeah.
and being where I'm supposed to be. But when I look at over 57,000 people have viewed this, and then I go to an area where they're making comments, I humbly realize that she's serious. And I really got to get it together because when she says the show goes on this day, and I go, I don't, I don't know what I'm singing. I haven't rehearsed. It's probably not going to be a good look. So at this point, I'm now very diligent about being calculated and obedience in every way so I can make sure that she never said to me, you what? Why is that not ready? And then she drops the interview and that gets over 50,000 because there's people looking. And I mean, I realize that people are watching, but you know, I just didn't figure they were watching that intensity. So it's a problem because she's serious. You know, I've had some people that were serious, but it was through somebody else, not directly that person. So there's that problem or set of problems that you present. And then there's Rashad. He's a
What's to be reckoned with.
no. You know that person that you meet that you realize when you meet him, you weren't ready to meet him? He's that guy. Because he interviewed me during the pandemic. And this is at a really good point. I was nice and depressed. I was trying to be a regular guy, which means I didn't want to be bothered with music. So the only place I bothered music was that I DJ'd. So I DJ'd and I MC'd and I was doing it in different places. And I was like, that's enough of the stage for me. I'm good with that. I can do that. And I'm pretty good with my hands, so I can do carpentry stuff. So I was good with that. And I got an account. And one day he reached out to me and said, hey, can I interview you? It's been a minute. Yeah, sure, whatever. I don't care. I do it. And we talked afterwards, off and on. And then it started changing because when the group got back together, and we recently did an interview with him, and I realized how, yeah, I don't have another one. I don't care. You can't edit this out. It's live. He's diabolical. Here's what he did. We're interviewing with him. And he says, you guys came out in 1990. This song was released in less than 2 weeks. These are the accolades that I got. Then you did this. You toured a whole bunch of places. You went platinum with this. You went platinum with that. You received the blah, blah, blah. You performed on Billboard, not Billboard. You performed on BET. You did this. You did this. He named all these different wonderful things.
Mm-hmm.
And then he says, that must have felt really good. You just took away all my answers. And then asked me, how is it? Must be really nice. I was like, no. So now he took away all that. So now you're either forced to do one of two things. You're either forced to say yes in a really long way or tell a story.
That's right.
Paint a picture.
Yeah, that's right. Paint a picture.
So he took away all the, yeah, that was nice, because blah, blah, blah. He said all of it, all the stuff that you could answer, he took it all away. So he forced you to tell a story. And I'm like, this is so wrong because now I have to use English. Now I have to actually put things a certain way. So I tell a story, and he went, hmm, okay. And he kept running the same thing that made me have to actually talk a lot. And I realized that's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be sharing.
Yes.
So
Love it.
in this sharing, this cat has, he used to be a promoter. He used to work with a promoter and promote concerts. Now he's been talking R&B and had all these celebrities on his stuff for 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's got accolades. It's person after person after person. And everybody knows somebody that knows somebody. They're famous to whatever degree that they are. He knows them. So there's this concert series he wants to do. And the problem with that is that he not only knows how to do it, he knows what to do, but he can actually do it.
That's right.
So he said to me, so I got this series I'm thinking about doing. Me, great. I'm so happy for you, bro. If there's anything I can do, let me know. More than happy to help. He goes, I'm glad you said that. I, like most people, say stuff I don't mean.
Oh,
I didn't really mean that. I was like, I was being courteous. Just,
yeah.
hey, bro, I got you. I didn't mean it. But he led off with, I'm so glad you said that. So now that made it easier for him to ask whatever it was he was going to ask anyway. That's a problem because now I actually have to supply what he's saying do. So now I'm spending days trying to make sure y'all happy, y'all proud. And because you sitting there like, I got an agenda, all these things, and I need you to do that and get back to me as soon as possible. And there's a saying like, never meet your heroes,
That's
you
right.
know,
That's right.
because it could be a really bad thing or a really good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all some work, man. And I don't even mean in a bad way. Y'all just, let's go. Come on. So
Let's
there's a
get it.
concert series that's about to come out. Um, and while I'm not at liberty to say what I'm doing on it,
Right.
because I don't want to, um, I'm very happy to be a part of it. It is going to start in a specific city where the sun comes out.
Okay.
And unbeknownst to you, I'm trying to see if I can get you on the show.
Oh,
Yeah. And while you're thinking about that,
I would be happy to. I don't even have to think about it.
oh my, is he still on? Because I hope you heard that.
Yes, he is.
Hey, I booked that. I booked that. I get credit for that. um,
Rashad's gonna kill us.
no, I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay. We live in different cities. I'm good. I don't have to worry about that. But yeah, it's concert series, and you just said yes to it.
Absolutely.
Um, that's me. Yeah, job done. Number one.
So let me piggyback. Concert theory. Getting ready to do, and I think Rashad's going to be part of this. I can't remember if he's going to be the host of it. I have to ask him again. But the Mint, working on doing a performance at the Mint. He's just waiting on me to send over the EPK and things like that. So my question to you is, come join me.
Excuse me. Hold on. Hold on.
Oh my gosh. He left me hanging fans.
Excuse me?
Vance, he left me hanging.
No, I had to go gather my face because you just said something about an event and you said come join you.
The Mint.
Oh, okay. When?
I'll
You know
see.
what? Okay. I'm in. Whatever you say,
Yeah.
I'm in. I got you.
Rashad.
Boy, y'all a problem. Look,
When we
I'm
say
hurt. I
when
gotta
we
go.
say go, when we say go, we I mean
Yeah, I
truly,
see. I
truly,
see, but
we mean it. We mean it. I
I
can't.
wasn't expecting that like at all.
I
So
know. So you know how easy it is when you're on, in front of, lots of people, and you're just like, hey, why don't you come join me here? You can't say no. Right.
right. It's like, what do you want me to do? Just say yes. Like,
Just
am I setting up sound? Am I running cables? Like, am I DJing? Am I singing? So I don't know.
no, I won't leave you hanging. I'll let you know though. So you're gonna be
Okay, but
it's
yeah,
gonna
count me
be
in.
it's
Count me
gonna
in.
be
I'm all
phenomenal.
about
But I
that.
do need to talk to Rashad on the hosting part. But you is gonna, yeah,
Count me in.
yeah,
Whatever I can do.
absolutely. Absolutely. No, but with that being said, so it's about 2:40. So I really want to, number one, man, I'm very humbled to come across your path. Like I said, thank you to Rashad for it. But just I just see the future endeavors just nonstop. I'm here for the long haul. There's like a lot of things. Even me and Rashad we talked about different stuff like in New York, what was it? I wish he could type in there for me. The Lehman Center, doing some artist performances at the Lehman and other places. So we've actually got some ideas of different places that we want to do the performances at and stuff like
Mm.
that. Would love for you to be part of all of it. I mean, all of it. I mean, it doesn't stop. So I'm
Count
just
me in. I'd be honored.
yeah, I'm just humbled that you're on and that you're, trusting in me, to just, like, I'll say it like this, like I tell Rashad, not everything is going to work out the best. You have things that happen. It's just like, oh man, I thought that show was going to work, but it didn't. But, trust and believe that like anything that myself or I'm sure Rashad put together, it's with the great intentions. I mean, we just want to do well. We want to be part of people like you, like him, like me, just whatever, just to do well, that's it.
Hmm.
That's all we're here for, like you said, serving to everybody in the world, pretty much.
Hmm.
But I want to thank you for being on this show. It opened some to a lot of different things. And like you said, just being that blessing for other people, that's it. That's all we can be. That's
Well,
all.
it is truly my pleasure. I want to I don't mind. I like being surprised, and you've definitely done that. Thanks. Um,
You're welcome.
but I realize it's really bigger than what I thought. So it's not just two light-skinned people. It's two light-skinned people with a purpose. So I'm gonna pray more because I realize that it's all happening right there
Yeah,
in a wowzer state. So
yeah.
um, let me say this to everyone. Um, I'm an open book. I'm transparent, and you have me until you show me a reason
That's right.
to let you go.
That's right.
So when you reach out to me via Instagram, via TikTok, if you're honest, I'm with you 100%. But the moment the Holy Spirit tells me it's not right, I'm not going to not answer your phone calls. I'm going to tell you, no, I'm done.
That's right. That's right.
I am, I'm a servant that is humble and excited and want to serve. I will not take a short on nonsense, but I will forever be humble to compassion, to love, to obedience,
That's right.
and always be able to talk.
Good
So I
intentions.
urge you to come with your A game because what the industry demands of us, let's just say out of 100%, I might not agree with 70, but that 30% that I agree with, I want to build from that
That's right.
and create our own and promote our culture.
That's right.
And our culture, to me, does not indicative of a color. It
Right.
is indicative of a way of life, generations, and how we advocate for one another
That's right.
to move that cross
Wow.
and to give God the praise and the glory. So
Wow.
thank you.
You,
Katina, you have me. When I say whatever it is, however I can help, you know, you give me the notice and I will get there.
instead of
So,
on the screen.
so
Surprise.
wait, what's on the screen?
No, instead of like, hey, you want to do the mint with me? Yep, surprise.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah.
But
So
I'm not mad at it. So that just tells me I got work to do. So
that's right. Be
um,
ready. Well,
shout
no,
out to
you
you
said
guys.
something
Thank you
best.
so much for having me.
You're always ready. You're always ready. You said if you stay ready, you don't have to be ready. So I think that's what you said.
That's the quote I was using, yes.
That's right.
And if even if you meet no one, always be at your best. My dad said that to me.
That's right. Wow.
So you've
Oh,
got me. I appreciate you.
you're welcome.
These are the kind of problems that I'm ready to have, and I prefer to have this than nothing. So thank you so much. I really do
No,
appreciate you.
thank you.
Blessings, humble thanks, and I'm with you.
All right. Thank you for being on the show. And I will get this edited, of course. But, like I said, it's going to be on multiple things. But of course,
Sure.
you and I will talk. And then I think I'll hit Rashada too after this.
Half hour, huh?
Yeah, I think, yeah, he's on here. But yeah, so I would definitely get back with you on all the stuff we have in store. It doesn't stop there.
Yeah, but you told me this would be a half hour, but okay. Thank you.
Oh, it's been over.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Well, see
I'm
that.
getting ready to go. I'm getting ready to go DJ
Oh,
a
that's right. That's
a
right.
prom send off.
That's right.
Yeah,
Have
I'm gonna
fun.
send you photos.
Please do. Please do. Please do. Because you know what I need? I need those for all of this anyway.
You got me.
You're the greatest. All right. Hey, thank you for being on Actually Level Up with Katina. But like fans, we have a lot in store. Trust me, it doesn't stop here. So keep watching, keep looking at, follow Rick on his social medias, mine, Rashad's. We got a lot of stuff in store and plan. When you see it pop up there, you feel free to reach out to me for my endeavors. Rick can answer my endeavors because he's going to be part of the endeavor. So, hey, I'm excited to pair up with you because I know there's going to be great things coming. I'm honored. You're like my mentor, and I appreciate it as well. And so, just thank you for trusting in me as well. I appreciate it.
The honor's mine.
All
Thank
right,
you.
all right. Have
And
fun.
thank you to
I'll
everyone
talk to you
watching.
soon. Bye bye.
Take it easy.